Video 12 is all about visual branding. This is going to be very exciting because this is what your store is going to look like. The colors, the fonts, the logos, pictures, photos, you name it. We are going to have fun today. So this is also a little bit of a longer video because there is a lot of information I want to cover with this. But I think I might just cut it up into several of them because, as I said, there is a lot of information. Without ado, let's start talking about brand. What is brand? Brand strategy. What is it? So your brand, you've got to have a brand strategy. What is it? It helps you to define your customers to see your business and your products. And it's figuring out your position or your winning difference to your competition, right? Most importantly, it's what helps you to stand out from your competition and avoiding to compete on price, because we do not want to compete on price. That'll make us bankrupt. So if you're building a brand strategy for your e-commerce store, it is amazing. It's so powerful. It is all about marketing, customer retention, loyalty technique, and it's necessary for any new and established e-commerce business. So to be able to determine what your brand strategy is and positioning your branding out of any aspects of your business, you might have to work backwards to try to get your business to resonate with customers. So the first thing we're going to work on is your message. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We're working backwards and we're working forward. So you thought we were going to start on your logo. No, we're going to work on your message. And there's a couple of things I'm actually going to put it on notes as we're talking about it, because there are a couple of things you need to work through and answer to be able to get that message out. Because remember, a message is when somebody lands on your website, they must immediately know what you're doing, what are you selling, how are you going to solve my problem, okay? So this is extremely important. And remember, your logo, your colors, your fonts, all of that can change. So I wouldn't get too hung up about it, because as a domain name, you can change it. It's not a problem, because from your old domain name, you can get people to come to your new domain name. It doesn't matter. We're never going to be Coca-Cola or Nike or Apple even. So we started on the brand story. So we were looking and thinking about what is your store going to look like. And now we are going to actually talk about what your message is. I'm going to copy and paste these steps for you. And I'm going to show you what I'm actually going to be posting, so you can also work on this. I wonder if I should post it. I'll post it in a file. That's a good idea. Post it in a Create Docs. So here are some questions you need to answer, okay? So let's go through them. So we are going to creating your brand message. Right? So the first step is, I want you to go and get 5 to 10 brands that you like and make a list of what you like, obviously on the website, right? What do you like on the website? So write those things down. Every single aspect that you like. You don't have to like everything on one from the competition or the brand that you like in your niche, or even go out of your niche and see what you like. So what colors, and you don't always know the fonts, but look at the fonts and make note that the fonts are normally very, very plain, okay? We will talk about the fonts and why they have to, the do's and the don'ts about fonts today as well. Do they have a logo, or do they just use a font for the brand name? What do their social media channels look like? So go and look on the social media channels, because you will notice that the actual logo changes a little bit. So if your logo is like long and horizontal, in a profile, it'll be in a box form. So you've got to have different variations of your logo. Do you feel personally connected to them? why and how, what media they use to showcase the products, audio, video, photo, text. Look at the product pages, see what other people are doing. How do they introduce themselves and explain the business? This is probably the most important aspect of your business. And as I said, when somebody lands on your website, they must immediately know what you're doing. So when you land on this website, you immediately see puzzles, right? Everything here is talking about puzzle. Custom puzzles make unique birthday gifts. Immediately, okay, I can make puzzles. Oh man, and it's made in America, right? So let's look at Kelly's. Kelly's here, she's got to change this. She tells you what it is. We shouldn't have to choose between purity and performance when you can have both. It's a bit, both are what? Okay, so this is what I mean when you land on a page, that message must go boom in your face. Okay, so let's look at this guy, right? You immediately know he's selling industrial stuff, pipes and what these other things are, and these arm thingies and these other big things on the side here. So you see immediately, it looks professional, right? It looks like guys would go on this website, right? So this is the way you have to look at your website. Let's look at Just Her Sports. Boom. It's all about sports and baseball, and okay, we need to change that. Oh, look there. You know, what are these things? These are lacrosse things, right? So immediately a store for the female athlete. It's hard to beat a person that never gives up, right? It attracts that girl that wants to come and shop here, okay? So this is the message. Oh, this is all right. They shouldn't actually put that there. That's the message. But that's a good place to put important information, right? But immediately you see, as you land on the page, what this page is all about. So I want you to think about, I want to show you Moyo. I know I'll show you this website all the time, since we are working on it and we're soon going to be launching it. So if you're looking at Moyo Collections, what's it all about, right? Modern contemporary African art to your doorstep. Wow, okay. So directly linked to the source of the stone with direct access to the artist. So the Moyo Collections is all you can see as soon as you come into your website. So think about what your message is and what you want your customers to know. So, okay. So look at what other websites are doing as well. And I know some of them don't do it, but it's the most important message you will gain from immediately telling your customers what you're doing on your website as they're landing on the page. And it's SEO good as well. And then step 2 is list the characteristics of your favorite brands. I want you to list 10 to 20 words that come to mind when you are thinking about the brand, okay? So, and here's nouns and adjectives that pop into your head, and write them down. And then you decide how you want your brand to be perceived by your customers, okay? So this is before you start the logo or the fonts or the colors. So you need to be clear of what you want them to actually look like, right? So if you are looking at, boom, you know, this is like active and bright and beautiful, and you know, it's young and hip, whereas this is more, you know, it's more gift oriented. You know, she actually changes her headers a lot according to the season. And then let's look at who else can I think of? Stick not work. Let's look at his as well. Okay, boom, you're in here and you go, whoa, you know, this is obviously something he moved his message. Okay, lots and lots and lots of sailor knots, right? Sailor knots. So look at, again, these are old customers. I like to like to see what customers are doing. So if you're looking at, we're always looking at Boom Cindy Joseph, because they only make 35 million a year on Shopify, okay? So what's the message? Boomstick, 10-minute makeup. Oh, okay, this sounds good. Exactly how you use your boomsticks. We get these questions a lot. Read what it's all about. I like the last message, actually. This is the first pro-age cosmetic line for women of every generation. And she actually died last year. The makeup artist turned a supermodel has created a line of cosmetics especially for you. So you see, this is immediately a message that speaks to you and that says, okay, I like pro-age cosmetic line, and Boom is for women who want to reveal their genuine beauty with honest and realistic approach. And they change the message as well. So this is what I'm saying about having a brand message and changing it all the time. Don't worry about it, because you're going to be working on it for a while. So I want you to create those lists, okay? And then I want you to, still talking about the list. Then I want you to take the lists and make shorter lists, okay? Take out the nouns, the adjectives that you really like, and create a message out of that. And then take whatever the 5 to 10 brands, mix that together and say, okay, what do I really like about it? You know, what font do I really like? What colors do I really like? And really combine the colors and everything to like 3 at the most, okay? I'll show you how to do that. Then, okay, so then once you got that in your head, you've got to write it down, you now can tell somebody, here's all my colors, design something for me. That's what I want you guys to get to, okay? So, now we're going to talk about branding colors and logos and favicons. So that's your homework for today. But I'm going to be talking about all this other stuff that we're going to be adding into your website. So your branding colors have to be maximum 4. You can't have more than 4 colors, because otherwise it makes it too weird, right? Too weird. So try and keep to your logo colors. Let me show you. Try and keep to your logo colors. So she's more like a pink here and a pink there, and pink here and pink on her buttons. I've got a frog on my throat this morning. Excuse me. Pink on the buttons. She's more light blue, nice soothing colors. As I said, you can always change these colors, and she's got these colors on her brand, on her labels. Okay, there we go. See, on her labels, she's got the blue as well. I actually got 2 types of blues. And then, who else can I? Oh, yes. So you're looking at these guys as more earthy, African, more, and they've got nice, vibrant colors to set off the statues. So, you can either have just a white background for your products, or you can have a colored background, but it has to be consistent, people. It has to really be consistent. So think about, I will put in a combination of colors in the files that you can have a look at. So mainly 3 main colors, okay? So that you can use a combination of, say, grays or the greens or something like that, but it has to be 3 colors only. And I will put a color wheel in the forms for you guys to look at, so that you can decide, okay, this is what I'm going to use. So then we come to your logo. And I love people creating their logos, because really, they have sayings underneath the logos, and your logo has to be simple, it has to stand out, and people will have to see it. So Just Her Sports, right? It stands out, and it's plain. She doesn't need to have anything else on her Boom Cindy, just text, right? Mine is just text, and it's small. Have you noticed? It is small. You don't need a large let me see, go Her Tribe Athletics. There's another sports customer. Again, this doesn't have to, this is not the important part. This is just a vain thing that you need to have, right? So I would love to make this actually smaller, because you can't waste too much time on real estate up here. This is important real estate. So you got to make it so that is, because that's round, it would have been better if it was, let me have a look here, if it was to the side and longer, right? Longer. So this is not the important part, because if you're going to make this too big, you're going to lose real estate, right? So again, make it as small as possible. And everybody gives me the logos with lots of sayings on it and everything. If it goes on the website, and remember, people are shopping on their phones, they're not going to see the logo. The logo is going to be extremely small, so don't worry about it. You need to have the logo a reasonable size, but it has to, on the website, preferably long. So again, and I said hello here, I need to take that out. This is what I do when I code. So when on the website, it's going to be long. It's not going to take up too much of the space up here, so you can push all this stuff up to the top above the fold, so you can so your customers can see your logos. Okay, so then we have a favicon. So what's a favicon? And I'll show you where you put all this stuff in your store as well. So a favicon is this little thing here. You see that little puzzle and her little goodie up here, and we've put a little 3 things up here because with the text in it would have been too small, and a little Africa thing here, and Boom Cindy's got a round thing. So that is your favicon. You see here, this is my little logo. Your little logo is whatever appears on the what's this thing called? A tab on your browser. And if it doesn't, then you're going to have a Shopify thing. And this is also a way to distinguish your website from everybody else. So they know that your website is open. Oh, I need to go back to this website. I recognize the logo. Or if they're saving it, then it'll be up here. You can see that everybody's got a favicon. So you need to create a favicon which is 32 by 32. In this, I also have all the sizes. I will post the sizes. So then you have your header font and your body font, body font and your body colors and everything. So colors. So okay, so here are the do's and don'ts. First, the most important aspect of your website is not your logo. It is your message. As a buyer, I'm not interested in your logo. I'm interested in what you are about, and your message should be in your hero images. Your slider, that big here. Okay, that should be where your message is. Here. Oh. Okay, we go back there again. This is your message, right? This is your message. Okay, that's more important than your logo. Then so keep it simple. As I said, keep it simple because and I'm going to post this into the notes there as well, so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, did I actually grab it and put it in the notes? Okay, then don't add too many details into your logo, because when you're going to be adding, let me show you here. See, this is in the wrong position. Actually, I don't know why my theme did this. I've been on Shopify for a long time, and they obviously haven't changed it. It will look different in your store. So if I look at your store, you see here themes, online themes. This is where you're going to get your theme. But first let me show you your logo, what your logo is going to look like when you are Now it's opening, taking a long time to open. Let me close some stuff here. Boop, 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 boop. Let me close some stuff. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you haven't loaded a logo for a mobile. So let's have a look at these guys. I'll show you these guys. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll show you exactly where to put your logo instead of messing around with other people's websites. And this is my good friend Sarah's website. So you'll go into, remember where you see where I went to? So it's online stores, themes, and then customize. That's where you're going to put your favicon, your logo, all sorts of stuff. This is where we're going to start playing from now on, okay? So you go into your header and you see this is where your logo is. So I'm going to be adding a logo, and I'm just going to add a random logo so you can see. Okay, let's add her logo. Okay, that's her old logo. See, she rebranded as well. And then that's, you see here, this is a box, a stacked, what they call a stacked logo. Okay, and we don't want to have a logo like this because we don't need the tagline, right? Okay, let's see if we can find one in here. There we go. Okay, let's just grab this one. Let me see how big it is. Right. Boom. So now you see how small it is because it's taking up a lot of space here. So you've got to make it smaller. Okay, let me add this. I want to see if, so here we go. Custom logo width, you can actually make it a little bit bigger. Don't make it too big because again, you know, you are going to lose out on this real estate to push your message up to the top. So we will ignore the menu. Okay, so I want to show you what it's like in here. This is a board theme, and then this is a free theme. So there's a lot more available things you can do in a, which is not happening, in a board theme. Come on. Right, okay. We'll have to wait. It's coming in very slowly. And then, so let me show you first quickly while we are waiting. This is where your favicon is going to be. And it's only 32 by 32 because this is pretty small, that little thing, okay? So what you can do is you can have a stacked logo, make it 32 by 32 and pop it in there and you can see what it looks like. Let me see if I can see. Maybe if I load it again. Here we go. Boom, right? So my header here, I've got a little, this is just, I need to take that out actually. This is a pop-up, a widget, but I can have a message at the top on the home page only. You can draw attention to your message, what it is, whatever your top bar is. So I can have my telephone number in here, and your address, because I have my address in here. If you're going to take that out, I've got my address in there, as you can see. Okay, and then you've got your language selector. This is my logo, and I should have my mobile logo in there as well, right? Should only be 100 by 150. And so you upload it and you add it to your image library, and then you can make it bigger or smaller. Let's see here. See, I can actually make it smaller. But it's not that important, people. It's really not, because you see how it pushes all of this down. I don't want it that big. I want it about that size. So, and then you can put your menu. Again, this is in a paid version, so I can put my menu in the left, menu alignment middle. Oh, this is the menu position, right? Huh. Okay. I haven't played with this. Okay. So theme settings. I have a lot more to choose from. Also more messages and everything than what you have in your free version. Okay, you see here, this is just your social links you're going to put in here. So this is where your logo goes and where your favicon goes. So don't forget your favicon and your logo. And I don't think let's remove this, because I don't think Sarah's going to appreciate having a weird logo in there. So now let's talk about colors. So all the themes have the standard colors in here that they've added in. I wonder if you can see the sale price. You know, you'll have a sale price. Let's look here. Product page. I can't look at the product page. Strange. Okay. Obviously, I'll play more in. Here we go, product page. So in the free version, you don't have a product page. So here you see my buttons. Okay, so you actually allocate what your links are going to be. I changed all these colors, and I can change colors. I think in my product grid I can change some colors as well. It depends on your template, right? It depends on your template. And then, so as I said, I will post a grid for you, so you can have a look at some colors, some interesting colors of what are you going to. You know what? I have gorgeous natural skincare. Right, this is a free version. So if we're looking at the colors, she's just got more like a pink color, right? So and that, you know, that, so here's a pink color. So she chose more like a pinkish color that is similar to what her logo is. Okay, so those are your colors. Again, don't choose too many colors. It's very confusing. So let's talk about font. Your fonts are these fonts here. Your text fonts, which is, keep it simple. Arial, keep it big blocks, not too close together. Don't get too fancy. Really don't get too fancy. The Itsy Bitsy. I wonder if what we did, we had a little bit more. This is a new theme. Yeah, we just stuck to, we might actually, nope, we just stuck to really boring fonts, because, you know, it does stand out, right? It does stand out. Because if you do something that let's have a look at something like this. Bella Dow. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what this looks like. Again, just very plain, right? You see that? That's best to stick to really plain. I don't think that's the children's website. But anyway, just really stick to plain text. Don't go too crazy on the fonts, okay? Don't, because that is really going to be confusing. People can't read it on the phone, and you want to keep it simple, because everybody's going to read your information on a phone. So don't go to fancy or drastically artistic with your fonts, all right? So, and it's all about readability. Don't get cursive, curls, or New Roman like type font. It's very hard to read. Very, very, very hard to read. Okay, so the next thing is, so we have the typography. We are going to be adding some images. So what images do you need? You need like a big image for the top, right? What we call a hero shot, or she actually did she bought a picture, right? It's a bought image. So you can either have somebody create something artistic for you, or you can just have something that you can get as a stock photo. I wouldn't use too many stock photos. I would buy stock photos. I wouldn't use free stock photos, because a million other websites have free stock photos. Okay, so try and get your own photos that you can add. See, she actually creates the puzzles and makes her own little big images, hero images at the top. So you need a hero image. You need images for your products. You need collection, what we call collection images, that where you pop it up on your website and then it pops up your collection. So what we call and preferably square, or again, keep it consistent, right? So make a decision on what sizes you're going to use for your product photos, what sizes you're going to use for your collections, and stick to it. Okay, stick to it. Don't change it as we are going along as the itsy bitsy, right? So this, unfortunately, sometimes if you have a lot of products, it's not that easy to actually retain the same size, because she here these are quite good. She gets the images from her vendors, and her vendors, how many images she has, her vendors have their sizes. She tries to stick to tries to make it as consistent as possible, but it's not always possible, because you see here, so the second picture will show up and it's like tall and it pushes it all out. So try and keep your images consistent. Let's see here. Okay, images consistent. I will post the sizes for you in the files again. So why am I hammering on consistent images? Your images have to be bright and beautiful, because nobody can smell, taste, or feel, touch your products. So you have to entice them into your store, online store, with absolutely gorgeous images, and preferably with images that they think they can feel and touch. I want to show you somebody's website, Boom Cindy. Okay, so you can have as many as you want to in your product photos. Let's have a look here. Hope she has. Okay, so look here. So people tend to want to see a lot of pictures. Go and look at Amazon and see what they're doing. Okay, I like to have a lot of pictures to see what the product looks like. Look at this. So they have a smear and it looks nice and moist, doesn't it? And then they have different colors on different skin types, and then they show off their customers, different types of customers. So the customers can identify with all these ladies, and they have a video. Whoa, right? So you got to think about, I'm going to show you how to create your images, and I'm going to show you how to create your videos in the next 2 days. So don't worry about it, because this is, as I said, this is a lot of information, right? This is a lot of information. So 60% of people engage with photos. 90% of information is transmitted to our brains visually. And 93% of consumers consider images essential in purchasing decisions, And videos are even more important. So I want you to make sure that you know how important the images are. I want to show you what's her website called again? If you see a couple of these websites, I can't remember which, but if you've seen a website with bad pictures, I know you don't want to buy them, especially with food. You've got to have professional photos done with food, okay? You can't have bad photos, and also make them big. Don't have small photos. Don't make the photos too small, right? Okay, so I'll put the images sizes in the folder so you know. I won't talk about it. And Amazon is actually, because if you want to sell on Amazon, make sure that your images are Amazon ready, which is white background. You can have a color background, but you have to have a white background as well. And then the height of the pictures, the photos, the images, and I will give you websites where you can get some free images, so that, yeah, as I said, free images are, everybody else has them, but you know, if you can't afford to buy them, then use free images. But then, you know, once you can afford to buy your images, then go and buy some nice paid version of your images. So, and then videos are hugely important on your let me say, on your store. Look here. Okay, so we're going to add images to here. This is an image with text that you can add. If we're going to look at this, these are you see different types of collection images, different sizes. These are also collections, but sub collections. These are, you know, header, hero shots. These are logos. And if you're looking at, let's see who I can think of, images. What's her name? Rosenberg Art Studio. So, oh, she doesn't have it anymore. Let me think. Images. My stick not work again. Nice, beautiful, big images. Here they've got nice natural images that show in what they call here. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's better than looking at just an image. Obviously, this can't be on a white background because that'll look really weird. So they have what it looks like, how you can use it, and for Christmas, actually, that's quite a good idea, right? And then, you know, nature shots with products. Also, keep everything the same size, right? Keep everything the same size. All your images the same size. This is, you know, all these templates that I'm showing you are from Out of the Sandbox. If you want Out of the Sandbox, it's about $180, the cheapest one. Let me know, I can get you a discount. Okay, and here is just taglines where you can add images. This is your collection images that you add in your collections. As soon as we create the collections, I will show you where to add those. Let me do this, right? And then again, you know, some extra images. So here, see how I've added some extra images just to support, make this something different. Okay, we are adding the images so they have the same size. You see how it's different sizes, but it's because of the video. And so you know, it's just something that videos you can't make smaller, so you have to work with what you got, unfortunately. But you see how we've got here the same images again. Seabrook Marina. Actually, these guys are on Shopify as well. And See how you can add the images, different, this is the text images with some writing underneath. This is your text, right? So you can add all this stuff to your website. So that's all about visual branding. I want you to work on it and get those pictures, those lists going. Write those lists down. Tomorrow we're going to actually create the different images and the different sizes, and the next day we're going to do videos. It's all very exciting. Thanks for listening, and be back tomorrow for video 13, how to do your images on Canva. Bye guys.